Hello friends and hello enemies. Welcome back to Weekly Allowance, YouTube's only YouTube channel. And today we are looking at the Jurassic World Hammond collection, Troodon. Woo! So, I already have some thoughts about this. At the risk of you immediately clicking off this video because I've made you angry, I'm going to tell you that Patrick wanted this one and I was very much against it. I do have to say it looks better in person than it did in the photos, in the promotional photos from what I see so far, but the funniest thing to me is, and I'm sure those of you who have picked this up or have seen it in the wild or have seen reviews of it have noticed this, the promotional art for it is just a poorly, photoshopped Jurassic Park velociraptor. What is that? They just took a still of the velociraptor and added some feathering, some spikes, a milky eye, and then a weird blue highlight. It looks awful. I don't understand. Mattel is a huge company. Jurassic World is a huge franchise. Why? Why this? You guys can do better. Troodons are small carnivores with big eyes, sharp teeth, and poisonous bite. After releasing their venom, Troodons use their speed to take down much larger prey. And there's a whole image of the poorly photoshopped velociraptor / Troodon. Baffling decision, honestly. So another thing I will mention is that I don't know where this is from. Have Troodons appeared in the Jurassic World series? There is a Jurassic World cartoon or something, right? I think that's what this is from. It very specifically has these milky eyes, which is a very intentional character design, I feel. I don't think they would just put that on a random dinosaur. Also, saying that it's venomous is certainly a choice. That's very Jurassic World-y. So yeah, pretty ugly looking little guy. I'm not necessarily saying that as a bad thing. I mean, there's lots of animals that exist that are very ugly. We love them anyway, don't we? All right, get this little guy out of here. So Patrick has ordered not one, but 3 Troodons because he hates me. What's especially funny is that the man does not even like dinosaurs. He actually kind of hates them, whereas I am the dinosaur fan in the household. He just wanted these for pictures. Oh, it's so ugly. Hope I'm not offending anyone by saying that. I mean, it's all subjective, isn't it? Honestly, not nearly as ugly as the promotional pictures. They really should get new pictures made because it's really not that bad compared to those images. I mean, the minute I saw it, I was like, ugh. So I feel like the Jurassic Park / World series has been inching its way into more accurate representation of dinosaurs, while simultaneously being like, no, these are genetically modified monsters. I think that's a fair thing to say. This leans way more heavily toward the genetically modified monster side. If I saw this, I wouldn't think it was a Troodon. It's a good, creature or monster. But as opposed to the Stegosaurus, the Hammond collection Stegosaurus we looked at, not a good representation, I don't think, of what you want in an accurate dinosaur figure. I'm not going to use this for reference for my paleo art. But so far it is a fun little figure. I mean, it's small, it's handheld, it's a gross little guy. I do love the eyes, I have to say. I'm loving the way the Hammond collection is doing the eyes. And it's got a really cool effect because it's a glass eye, and then there's a pupil printed on it, I think. But then the pupil also casts a shadow, so it looks really crazy. I love that the jaw is articulated, and it's really well done, too. The lips hide the teeth. Open it up. There they are. Very thin mouth. The feathering is a little bit sloppily done, but I think that's to be expected of Mattel. Now, the feet are enormous. I don't know if that's purely to help it stand. It doesn't really help that much. The proportions of this thing are insane, so it does not want to stand up. Its body mass is all out of whack. I think that will be a big point of contention for collectors. If you're taking photos or if you just want to set it up in a display, you're probably going to need some blue tack or a stand or something for this. I actually like this color scheme. It's a little swampy in some areas, but I do like the pop of orange up top and the gradient down to the darker color in the feet. I am missing a little bit of paint on the claws on the forearms. And then the deco on the tail just kind of abruptly stops, which I'm not really a fan of. The sculpt isn't bad, but again, it's more like a creature sculpt and less like an accurate dinosaur sculpt. But like I said, I've seen some kind of screen cap from a cartoon or a game of something of the Troodon, and it's very creature-like. It's like a rat lizard looking thing with big milky eyes. So I'm guessing that's what this is based on. So if their intention was to make a weird looking rat lizard thing, they really outdid themselves. Looks like it's got a fair amount of articulation. I love a neck joint. Ooh, yeah, that's really nice movement. The head and neck in conjunction can probably get this little guy to do a lot of stuff. Wide range of movement on the arm. Not only do you have this lift, but you've got a swivel as well. The elbow is a little bit loose. I'm kind of worried about it. Not too worried because this was a cheap toy. So if it breaks, it's not the same kind of impact like a Mezco breaking or something would have. Yeah, lots of fun when it comes to the articulation. This toy is definitely more about fun than it is about looks. Swivel on that knee as well. And then a hinge and swivel at the feet. Good rotation on the tail. And then there's a wire in here, so you can bend the tail to the side. I think the articulation is where this thing shines. It is, I think, like I said, going to be a little bit difficult getting it into a pose by itself. I do think you're going to need some kind of stand or blue tack or something. Just, it does not want to balance. But that head and neck joint are going to be great for all sorts of different kind of poses. I mean, look at that. I long to dance. So scale-wise, here's what we're looking at when it comes to other figures. Here's a Hasbro Professor X figure, so that's pretty good scale. In reality, this particular dinosaur would have been a little bit smaller, but if you're looking for a dinosaur to scale with your standard size action figures, this one's pretty good. That's actually why Patrick wanted these. He wanted some dinosaurs for the Savage Land set that's going to come out from Hasbro. So here is the Troodon with the Creative Beast Studio Juvenile Triceratops. Definitely not accurate scale, even though this is a younger Triceratops. And I want to show it with the other Hammond Collection dinosaur we just got. The Stegosaurus, which I was very happy with. I love this thing. Scale-wise, they're not great. This would have to be a very, very young Stegosaurus for the Troodon to reach it at this height. However, you might be surprised to learn, even though I am a big dinosaur nerd, I don't really care that much about scale with my dinosaur figures. I care when it comes to like reproductions, like if I want to use them for a paleo art reference, it is important there, but I can also just like take individual reference and kind of bash them together. They don't have to be the same size. Yeah, scale is never really an issue to me. I know to some people it's pretty important, but I've got dinosaur figures of all different scales, no pun intended, and they all live together just fine. One thing I am noticing is that the tail here has some plastic flaking off. Not a big deal, but a little bit bizarre. And then again, this is a pretty cheap toy, so I didn't expect much and I'm not disappointed. So yeah, very ugly, but a fun little figure. And it gets big points from me for that head and neck articulation and the milky eye. That eye is just so cool. Plus the mouth articulation is really nice too. There's some good things about this figure. I don't dislike it as much as I thought I would. All the other dinosaur figures I have are Creative Beast or old Kenner Jurassic Park toys. This is my first foray into modern Jurassic World toys. I think I have a Hammond Collection Parasaur. Oh, yeah, I do. Look at that. It's been in here this whole time. Because I was going to do a video comparing this to the old Kenner one, because I still have the old Kenner one floating around somewhere. But then I forgot, and I never did that video. So maybe I'll do it soon, because yeah, I'm a real big fan of this Stegosaur, and the Troodon really isn't bad. So sorry this was a shorter review and I was a little bit mean. It is ugly, but there are some good things about it. So as always, likes and subscribes are very much appreciated. Comments are more than welcome, and I will see you guys on the next one.